today's video I'm showing you guys 13 of my favorite footwear brands. It's the most brands I ever showed in one video. I split the video into 3 categories which should cover all of your footwear needs, and those categories are boots and dress shoes, sneakers and slides. Now let's get right into it. Officine Creative is a legacy footwear brand from Italy, founded in 1998. The brand specializes in handcrafted leather shoes, and if you like weedy or this general avant-garde aesthetic, this brand is literally perfect for you. Some of their models I really like are the Arc 514, the Bulla DD103, the Diary 015, the Hive 010, as well as the Aeto DD01. The Last Conspiracy is a Danish footwear brand offering handcrafted leather shoes made in Portugal. Once again, if you like weedy or the general kind of avant-garde aesthetic, this brand is for you. What I really like from the brand is the Regin Matte, the Timo Soft, the Skjold Matte, the Albrecht Matte, which by the way is my current grail. I think this shoe is so amazing. This fit right here that I saw recently just absolutely blew my mind. And to be honest, I also kind of mess with this crazy fin in this acid green colorway. I will probably just make one fit with it, but it does look crazy and I think it has potential. Trippen or Trippen is a German avant-garde style footwear brand, and all of their shoes are actually handmade in Germany. Now if I had to describe the whole brand, I would say that they kind of take the top of like an avant-garde style shoe, like for example a boot, like the black leather boot, the black dress shoe, whatever. They take kind of the top half and then they add these Japanese or Asian inspired soles, kind of the soles from these wooden Japanese samurai sandals, but made out of rubber. And I don't know, I think this is such a crazy fusion and creates like a really interesting look and a really interesting brand like visual identity. The pairs that I really like are the Bomb, the Vantage, the Juice, which is actually a pair that I want to get. I think this is probably my favorite one of this brand. Then we also have the Half Yen, which is a slide, but I didn't want to kind of mention it in the slides category since it's just one. And last but not least, we also got their Duct boot. And unfortunately, they don't have any stores near me, but if you're ever in Berlin or I think Paris as well. Yeezy is the brand by Kanye West. I'm sure you have all heard of it. And when it comes to footwear, the brand has collabed with Adidas way back before they split up. But to be honest, I think most of the shoes that they have released together are still amazing to this day, and you can get really good ones secondhand, but some pieces are a little rare, I would say, and therefore they're kind of really expensive. Nonetheless, I really like the Yeezy 950. I really want to get this boot, but unfortunately this is just like way too expensive. It's actually not that crazy. Am I cooked? Oh my god, I might be brainwashed. But I think I found used ones for like 600 euros, which is crazy for a boot, but it's not like I'm cooked. All right. 1K, I would say 1K is really crazy, but 600 is kind of, let's move on. They also made this Desert boot, which used to be really popular. I think some retail stores might even still have it, but you can get these secondhand for pretty cheap. Then there are also these Comet boots from season 4. And last but not least, we got the Yeezy NSLTD boots. I don't even know what it stands for, but these boots are so amazing. I can't really say that I want to get them or like really want to get them because it's more of like a collector's piece, like style it once in a while piece, and not like the 950s would be more of like a daily boot, and these would be more like a collector's item. They go for like over 1K, so one day we'll run it up and I would definitely love to get this just kind of as a collector's item, as a styling item, for like more experimental fits. Alright, so last but not least for boots, we got Badson, which is a brand from Utah in the United States. It's such a crazy unique brand and literally amongst one of my favorite streetwear brands of all time. And not too long ago, they also released their own boots, which is the Pinch boot. It's currently available in this black colorway, or kind of Pacific black. It has a little blue tint to it, which I think is pretty dope. And they also got this Salt colorway, which is technically white, but once again has a little blue kind of tint. And I really mess with the concept with these fabric kind of gatherings, but translate it into a boot. But once again, they are pretty expensive. They go for around like 300 euros. And I would really love to get the white ones for like next winter. We need to run it up, boys. Bape is one of the most influential Japanese streetwear brands, known for its bold colors and playful graphics and patterns. And what first started as kind of mocking Nike's Air Force Ones has literally turned into an icon, which is the Bape Star that we know today. And y'all can come at me and tell me that it's a Nike Air Force ripoff any day, but I really like how colorful they are. I think Nike just doesn't offer this kind of playful, colorful vibe when it comes to shoes. For example, in this Icon number 2 in baby blue, or even in this green colorway. I also really like the ABC Camo Bape Stars in pink, as well as the Bape Star Icon in this glazed kind of black and gray colorway. And last but not least, I also really mess with the Bape Star 6-1. But I have to keep it real here, their European store is not too representative of the brand in general. Their Japanese online store, as well as their physical stores, as well as many different retailers around the world, offer way more and way better selections of shoes. But what's also pretty dope is that they recently collabed with Kid Super, which is an artist, and they launched these World Cup Bape Stars, which is literally one single colorway for each and every country that participated in the World Cup. And this once again just means a lot of different color combinations and a lot of crazy stuff. Go check them out. Onitsuka Tiger has to be Japan's most iconic footwear brand. It was founded in 1949. The brand has then later merged or kind of turned into ASICS. A few years later, ASICS has then relaunched Onitsuka Tiger as their kind of like sub-label or sub-brand. Their most popular and pretty iconic shoe is their Mexico 66 in this yellow-black colorway, known from the movie Kill Bill. And I'm telling y'all, I've been to Japan myself a few times. Literally every single tourist that I see in Japan is getting this colorway, and I like the colorway. I think it's a pretty dope and iconic colorway, but I think it's just too played out. I can't get it, which is kind of unfortunate because they do have a lot of dope colorways, a lot of dope shoes. I, for example, really like the Mexico 66s in silver. Also really like this mid-rise runner edition in this beige and black colorway. I think the Mexico 66 driver in black is also pretty dope, and I also really like the Mexico 66 Paratai or Parata. I don't know, man. And last but not least, one of my recent highlights is their red and black Mexico 66, but kind of similar to the yellow colorway. This one was really hyped and it's almost kind of played out. I don't even know if you can get it anymore. I think it's sold out actually. Whatever, let's move on. Puma, Nike and Adidas are 3 legendary and established sportswear and sneaker brands. And to be honest, I don't get the whole debate on kind of like which brand is the best. I think they all do pretty dope stuff, and each brand offers a good selection, a bunch of cool stuff, and each has kind of their own unique traits. And that's why for this video I put them kind of into like one category or one brand. For Puma, I really like the Speed Cat in this full black leather, as well as the collaboration with June J. And I actually got this one. This is such an amazing shoe. I really love this shoe. And I was so lucky to find it actually. I then also really like the Cell Geo 1. And to be honest, I also like most of their Mostro lineup. I think the whole kind of like Mostro concept is pretty dope. And most of the pieces they do in this lineup are also pretty amazing and a pretty unique shoe, I would say. For Nike, I then really like the Shox Z, especially in this burgundy colorway. I once again got those, by the way. But I also really mess with the silver as well as this all white colorway. It is a women's shoe, so you might be out of luck if you're a guy, but I have pretty small feet so I can wear them, and those are so dope. I really mess with those. But what I also really like from Nike is the Total 90 Premium. When it comes to Adidas, I really like the Adidas Japan, especially in this zebra kind of colorway, or even this black snake pattern. I also really like the Samba LT with this tongue in this cow print colorway. And last but not least, I think the Adidas Tokyo is such an amazing shoe. I especially like the Y3 collab that they have. I don't even know if you would call it a collab, since Y3 is like a sub-label of Adidas. But anyways, I really like their shoes, specifically the black and white colorway as well as the silver colorway. And when talking about Adidas Tokyos, I have to mention this Bambi colorway, but I think it's actually once again a women's shoe. I don't know if they have my size. If you got large feet, they probably don't have yours, but I think it's an amazing pair nonetheless. Yeezy has also made some pretty dope sneakers. I specifically like the Yeezy 500s. I actually got this black colorway myself, and it's a really dope, chunky kind of runner shoe with this bubbly sole. I really mess with it, especially on shorts. And yeah, I got the black one. It also comes in this taupe one, as well as this salt colorway. And last but not least, for sneakers, I have to mention Peso, which is a German streetwear brand. And what started as a YouTuber kind of merch brand has now almost 10 years later developed into a fully functioning fashion brand. They've already released 2 silhouettes for their footwear lineup, and I don't really mess with their army trainers. They are not like specifically bad in any way, but I just don't like it. Their tank silhouette, however, is a really dope, chunky sneaker, and is my personal go-to when I want like a really chunky streetwear chunky sneaker. It's chunky, I don't know if I mentioned it, but it's chunky. I actually got the white colorway, and if you kind of, I actually also have Babe Stars, got this amazing red colorway by the way. And if you take like a Babe Star, which is like an Air Force One essentially, and you kind of compare them, you can see that this motherfucker is chunky. And I would love to expand my lineup. I only have the white one so far. I really like their Onyx colorway, their burgundy colorway, this black glossy colorway, as well as this blue and white colorway. And by the way, their Peso tanks and their army trainers as well, all handmade in Portugal by real artisans and real crafters. Whatever, let's move on. Dexter is a footwear brand from the UK, founded in 2015. The brand does a little bit of everything, but I would say it definitely specializes in loafers. I actually do have a pair of loafers myself, and I'm not that big of a loafer expert, but I can really recommend them. I think they're pretty dope. I've had no issues with the quality or anything. A lot of people hate on the brand, I don't really know why. And they also had a collab with Peso, by the way, where they made like Peso loafers. But yeah, what I also really like from Dexter are their slides. They don't have like too many colorways or options. What I really like is the Winston Black Vine Mule, as well as the Winston Brown Cow Print Mule. I like cow print, if you haven't guessed already. Birkenstock is a legacy slide brand founded in 1774, which is absolutely crazy, man. Didn't they fight with swords and shit at that time? But anyways, the brand is originally known for orthopedic slides and footwear, which is essentially kind of like a footbed or a sole that is like really healthy for your bones and for your foot. But it has become pretty relevant in fashion today due to collaborations with famous fashion brands such as Dior, Jill Sander, Rick Owens, and many more. Birkenstocks are perfect if you're looking for a comfy, minimalistic, everyday clog. And their Boston model, which is my favorite one, is available in a bunch of different colorways. I really like the mocha one, the taupe one, this oyster colorway, or this black leather colorway. I then also really mess with their Zermatt or Zermatt model. I don't know how you call it, and those are a little bit more out there. I especially like this Leo print colorway, but I also really mess with this felt one in this anthracite colorway. Last but not least, for slides, we got Subu, which is a Japanese slide brand from Tokyo. The brand specializes on making these puffy, warm and cozy slides. And not only do they look comfy as fuck, but they actually are. And I did try them on in store before, and I can really confirm that they are so chill and so comfy. And I'm moving to Japan soon, so I really want to get a comfy pair for my apartment in Kyoto. But nonetheless, they have like a European store, so you can kind of order from pretty much all around the world, I think. My absolute favorite one is their F-line in this cow print colorway. You know the deal, I like cow prints, but I also really like the silver colorway, as well as the smoke green colorway. They then also have this duck camo pattern, as well as this white one in their outline style. And by the way, these are also super affordable, so yeah, I'ma definitely get myself a pair in Japan. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching it all the way to the end. As always, I hope I could put some of you guys on and inspire y'all and kind of show you guys some new brands that you haven't heard before. Anyways, let me know your guys' favorite footwear brands down in the comments below. And with all of this being said, I'm gonna see you in the next one. I'm out.